Alrighty, well, Witch Queen is pretty much going to be dropping in less than, what, 12 hours, I want to say, for Global, and so people are presumably preparing to get their Witch Queen, so that way they can finally get their Blackcaster rocking and rolling, get that DPS power in control. Now, I can't remember, I think this is the costume that you get when you get to LR, so of course this is Witch Queen initially, this is the costume that you get with her, and then this is the alternative costume that came about through an event, like a mini event. So I don't know, I assume in some, I do prefer this, I'll say that. But I assume at some point in Global we'll get this costume. But yeah, these are the three costumes. Well, original, this is one that you get when you get her to LR. And then this is the event one, which will probably come about later. But anywho, I digress. So let's dive on in. Let's talk about Witch Queen and how you want to build her. So I don't typically have a full-on build for her, but essentially what you want is you want a full-on speed because she's a healer, and then of course you want to run double defense, give her that survivability because you want to keep it there as long as possible. And then of course when it comes to the substats, it's going to be defense, crit resistance. I would say cater to HP because at some point when you do get to LR +2, then you can start working towards actually the healing side of things, and that will cater to the HP. So HP, defense, crit resistance, what else? I mean, I guess if you want to throw in magic attack you can do so, but if you just want to full on build the defensive side of her, then I guess you can fall in line with building up endurance, right? But that's pretty much how the substats are looking. Again, I don't even know what I've got going on for accessories. I've got crit resistance, so I've got a lot of HP there. I need to work on the goddamn accessories. Substats boosts are so annoying to hard to come by. But anyway, but yeah, just kind of work more on the defense, and hopefully you get some good rolls for the substats. So HP right there. Ooh, I didn't even realize I got a 3.1 for the defense. Okay, we're gonna put this. Ain't actually not that bad. If only the main stat was more helpful rather than being crit damage. It is what it is. But yeah, fairly simple on that part on the substats and what you want to work towards when it comes to boosting her stats itself. Those are the four in particular that you want to kind of work on. Again, you can toss between magic attack or endurance, whichever one you want, but essentially just make sure that you got the defense, crit resistance, and HP flowing with Witch Queen, so that way she can tank, because she is going to be the main unit that is going to be taking the brute force in a lot of matches where people will be trying to kind of stop her, right, getting rid of her before she can activate Blackcaster. So of course with a healer, this is going to be, in my opinion, a vital set. Now that I've got her to LR +2 and I've got that heals to now think about, this is my alternative. Now I've got to put up the defense just a little bit more, but outside of that, again, this is something that you can look towards. But more than likely, I will say throw in the full speed gear set, unless you give her +3 speed. So as you guys can see, my Witch Queen is at 107, so she's up there hanging with some of the attacking units that are at base speed. Unless people give them speed, then it's a a done situation. But if you have a speed unit with Witch Queen having that speed that I have, it works perfectly in terms of how Witch Queen can get in super quick. So having the 2 set is more than enough, but if you want a full set it, that's also an option, just an FYI. But yeah, this is another set that I do choose to run. So, but these are the only two which I would really suggest if that's something that you guys are looking forward to. But now that I've got healing to think about, I do capitalize on running this set so I can make the most of the great amount of healing that she can provide. So gear set wise, that's kind of what you're looking at. Substats wise, that you want to cater to the HP, the defense, the crit resistance, and then the final one, you can throw magic attack in there if you want a little bit of damage going for her, or but if you want full on defense, then you can look towards resistance as well as the endurance. So with the talents, so I haven't fully completed the attack since I don't really use her like that, and I don't exactly want to waste resources like that. But yeah, magic attack and battle frenzy will be your best bet, and then I mean, if you choose to go the whole way, I guess you could just throw in the magic attack boost. I think that would be more. I mean, that's if you want to go the whole mile. But I mean, technically speaking, you don't really need to go that far. If your set role for Witch Queen is to activate Blackcaster, to survive, and to do a great amount of healing, then just cater to the HP and the defensive side of her. When it comes to the defensive side, max HP and endurance. Unless you don't have any copies of her, then you would do increased defense and endurance. And then the middle stone, I think I've just got a level 3 defense stone in there. And then for the support, I think for the best bet for the support, I mean, to be honest, I mean, you could get that extra 5% if you want to, if you have a LR +2, right? But if you don't, and even if you do have a LR +2 and you still want the damage resistance, you can also cater to that. So those are your options. And then of course the middle stone, if your HP is somewhat decent enough, then I would. Now you know what? Even with the HP being at wherever it's at, cater to the speed. So I've got a level 3 speed stone in here, of course. So again, with the way I've decided to go about my Witch Queen, I've really maximized on defense support, and again, I'm not really taking her for any type of attack. The only offensive power that I'm really utilizing from Witch Queen will be all of the DOT that she can apply. That is, in my opinion, doing more than enough if I'm able to obviously get it off, because it is a bit of an RNG play. But yeah, that's the talent side of things. As for the skills, now to be honest, every single skill that she has caters to her to do more damage. So if you're not too bothered about all of this, then realistically you can actually save your skill level up resources. You know, if you've got a decent amount or a low amount, don't bother wasting it. You know, if you've got a large amount, you know, enough to kind of spend around and not affect you, and that you're prepared for multiple characters to come, then do as you please. But realistically, nothing on her skill level helps her out in terms of boosting her like percentage rates and whatnot through her skills. It's all just damage. But again, since I'm not really catering for her initial damage, I think I've got all of her skills to level 2, you know. So I mean, if you want to get a few levels on it, like I don't know, get into level 2, level 3, then go for it. But for the most part, you guys can save it if you want. Combination skill, if you do choose to use it, I mean, you can get it to 100% HP recovery, right? Because it stops at 60%. Obviously, you can get the additional 40%. So that's kind of how that is for the skill levels. And then, of course, for the skill page. In all honesty, like I said, you know, if you do manage to get her skill page, even just with the initial copy, you know, 40% to get that increased defense to all your allies, can't go wrong with that. If when hit by an enemy taking continuous bleed damage, that's practically going to be everyone if RNG is in your favor, of course. Not a bad Grimoire, and again, it does help out on the second skill in terms of reducing the enemy's HP recovery by 50%, of course. So, I mean, if you've got that, I highly recommend you just throwing that in there. Outside of that, if you want to cater more to the you know, the HP side of things when it comes to you wanting to heal more through the passive, then again you can cater to that. Outside of that, I would highly recommend just building up her defense. So Moonlight Necklace will be the obvious choice. You've got other SSR Grimoires to help out with the increased max, but yeah, I think Necklace, the Moonlight Necklace, might be the best bet. But yeah, it seems that they're aware of the power of Witch Queen. So just like how Black Hearthstone, there are going to be packages with the Witch Queen background, as you guys can see. Same what they did with Black Hearthstone. So they're aware that with Witch Queen, you know, she is a meta power character, and she does play her vital roles, especially on PvE as well as PvP. So there are going to be some packages that you guys can pick up if you choose to help you one, summon for her, as well as give you resources to work on the character. So there's that. But other than that, ladies and gentlemen, that is pretty much the build for Witch Queen and how you want to kind of work on her. So yeah, have fun, good luck, all the best, and enjoy turn 1 nuking. Have fun.